Welcome back, Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classic Less Non-Classics. This is episode number 1222 and Doubleshot number 1116, I believe it is. Yeah, 1116. We got two Nightwing trades for you. First up, it is Nightwing Volume 6, Untouchable. Yep, written by Sam Humphries and artwork by Bernard Chang, though Sam Humphries is not the only writer on here. We also have Colin Kelly and Jackson Lenz. They did one of the issues in here, and Michael Marchetti. Now, this book contains issues 35 to 43. Now, strange thing about when you start this book up right at the finish of the Tim Seeley run, you know, all those great characters that Tim Seeley created and developed over the course of 35 issues, with the exception of one character, they're gone. Completely gone. No explanation for it at all. Yes, I'm like, really? Like, when you had the change between Chuck Dixon and Devin Gracie, if you read those issues, when they had the change writers over there, they actually kept all those characters. All of them stayed. And even from Devin Grayson to, let's say, George Perez, they kept pretty much all the characters that were there before. This? Nope. All gone, except for Detective Sabaody. Yeah, she's the only one who stayed. Everybody else, like his girlfriend he had during the run, like his former villains, basically, which are the support group. Aside from that, they're gone. All completely gone. Yeah, that great ending you saw at the end of the last volume, issue 35, yeah, all those characters are gone. As far as I know, there's been no explanation for this at all. And here's something strange, though. This is during a period of time when Sam Humphries and Tim Seeley swapped books. The Tim Seeley managed to do 2 story arcs for Green Lanterns. Sam Humphries left after 1. He started with issue 36, and he left with issue 41. Yes, it essentially put a 6-part story arc. The last couple issues have nothing to do with this at all. Nope. The Untouchable is a really good storyline, by the way. It's simply about a judge, well, a villain called the Judge, who manipulates people to do stuff for him. Also, he's blind. Apparently, he decided to sew his own eyes shut. He said he did it to himself. Didn't give an explanation for it. They had this hilarious bit where Nightwing takes down the League of Limousine Assassins. I thought that was quite hilarious. Of course, he also used another former vigilante who operated in Bloodhaven just before Nightwing did. Someone who is basically known for beating villains up with baseball bat. Like, okay, interesting. And there's also a shark villain in here, basically, where he's taking care of his father. Stuff like that. There's a guest star appearance in here. There's a flashback to when Nightwing was Robin. When he first met, not the judge. I think when he first met the Judge. And when he first met the Commissioner. Yep. Also, Nightwing apparently is running his own gym. Yep, Nightwing owns a gym now. When the heck this happened? No idea. Because when Tim Seeley finished up his run, he was a blackjack dealer. Now he is owner of a gym. Okay, interesting. No explanation of when the heck this happened. Look, I'm glad the fact that this character stayed. Detective, yeah, her. I'm glad the fact she stayed, which I think that's good because you need a police officer to operate in the book because they kind of had the same thing in the previous volume. In like the, not let's say, the Kyle Higgins run. I'm talking about the Chuck Dixon of Grace when they actually had cops who operate Bloodhaven work with Nightwing. Oh, and here's something quite strange though. This felt like Bloodhaven was a hellhole when Chuck Dixon wrote it. Here, it's not that bad. Not really, no. The corruption is dealt with in just the first story arc. Yep, though at the end of the first issue, we have it where the detective shoots Nightwing, though he survives, no problem. Though she was being manipulated by the Judge. And, well, it's a really good story arc. And it does resolve basically with not him being arrested. He decided to commit suicide. Just cuz. Oh, and by the way, this particular crime fighter she basically later on in the present day she basically is running a casino. Also, Batman is wearing his Jim Lee inspired costume in this flashback, and Dick Grayson is wearing his Robin costume. Now, I'm glad the fact that the way they have Nightwing depicted here, it's kind of like how he was depicted in Batman Robin Eternal, where he's at this age, not when he first became Robin, he was 16. I thought that was really dumb. Because Dick Grayson had been Robin since he was pretty young. Not 16, that's way too late to make him Robin. I'm not sure whose bright idea that was, but that's basically what it was. Yep. But yeah, I love the flashback stuff. The storyline itself was pretty good. At one point, I kind of thought, though, yeah, thanks to some of these panels, it kind of looked like, though, maybe the Bernard Chang was taking inspiration from, of all people, Neil Adams. Yes, that's kind of like some of these close-ups. Like, he was taking inspiration from, I don't know if Adams did nothing to do with this storyline, but maybe he took inspiration from Neil Adams. It's possible, to say the least. Yep. And it's a good story arc. Kind of wish Humphreys would have stayed. Nope, he left. As far as I can tell, there was no explained reason why he left. Yeah. There's like when this book changed writers. This was back in, I think it was like 2017, 2018, I think this was when they changed writers. Yeah. When they changed writers, there was no article about it, just, oh, we have an abrupt change. Where in issue 42, like, okay, we have this really good ending, basically, where Dick Grayson is running his own gym, Trigger outside, happy ending, and then, for some reason, he's basically being a much bad guys in mask. Why? Because they took Damian hostage. Yeah, I've heard people to compare this issue to being Nightwing's take on The Raid. I've never seen The Raid, I've seen Dread, but that's what this is. It's a good issue. Yeah. And this is only issue 43. Yeah, where you have Jackson Lenz and Colin Kelly on the artwork and Jorge Corina on the Colin Kelly is the writer and Jackson is the writer too. Jorge Corina is the artist on here. The next issue also features Nightwing. It's just Nightwing teaming up with Damian and Arsenal to take down some criminals. Also have a guest star appearance by, of all people, Cheshire is in the issue. This was a pretty good issue. I kind of wish they had this tone going from this book forward. Nope. Can't do that for some reason. Now, this issue was not written by, well, Colin Kelly. Nope. This issue was written by Michael Merced and artwork by Miku Jung. Yeah, really good artwork. I think this may be one of the artists who did Tim Seeley's run. Yeah. But not a terrible book itself. Not really, no. The only problem is basically, well, the abrupt change of writers. Yeah. Now, as far as I can tell, no explanation why we had the change of writers. Just that we did. But the Raid issue I thought was pretty good, but that's kind of good. But then it gets really bizarre and un-Nightwing. Volume 6, I get this book roughly a 9 out of 10. A good book, just didn't like the fact they dropped all the supporting characters. Just drop a hat. But Detective Habodi, she stayed and she's still on the damn book. Next up we have The Bleeding Edge. We have a brand new writer, Benjamin Percy, the writer of Green Arrow. Now, when I heard he was taking on the book, I was excited because I love Ben Percy's work of Green Arrow. And as far as I can tell, there was no explanation of why he left the book. No article explaining that he just left after being in the book for about, 3 years? Yeah, he wrote the book for 3 years. He started writing it with DCU stuff, though his run was pretty weird. His Reaper stuff was fantastic. Though, of course, Green Arrow had this big, humongous problem, and I've explained this also when I reviewed the last trade of the collected issues from the last one released for the series, is that from 2011 to 2019, Green Arrow had this thing where it had inconsistent writing between every single writer whenever they changed writer. Where the book was very inconsistent the whole time. Though between Jeff Lemire and Andrew Kreisberg, That felt pretty much for a gradual change. And then once Ben Percy took over, it's kind of like everything you loved before, gone. Just keep rebooting it, just keep the characters, ignore everything else. Also, they had to change Count Vertigo for some reason, or Ben Percy, I have no idea why, but they did. Oh, and who does this cover? That's John Romita Jr. Yeah, John Romita Jr. does not do the interior artwork, believe it or not. Nope. He only does the covers. Yep. He only does the interior covers. Yeah, just the covers, not the interior artwork. The cover art here is by John Romita Jr., Danny Mankey, and Tyler Mori. Now, the interior artwork is done by a few really good artists. One of them happens to be Claus Johnson, one of the artists behind the awesome Batman Year One. Really good book. Chris Mooneyham, Amanka Nefholm, Otto Schmidt, Lut Kursuma, and Sky Hanna. Now, this story arc, this book contains issues 44 to 49 A number 1. Yeah, now, what's the storyline here? Nightwing versus a cybernetic villain. Or at least, basically, let's have Nightwing fight crime in the virtual reality stuff, while still wearing the Nightwing costume. Also, we have a great guest appearance by Batgirl. Just cuz. Yep, just cuz. Yeah. Now, I thought maybe after this story arc, the book would be a little bit better. Nope, we had to change the writer. Yep. But I gotta admit, the artwork here is really damn good. Damn good. It has good writing with the story was odd and complete on Nightwing to fight some cybernetic villain. But it's a pretty good storyline. But I thought the book might get a little better once they finished the story arc. Nope, it didn't. But that was the main stuff. We have Harm's Way, where he just basically runs into, of all people, the Pink Flamingo. Yes, those who know who this guy is, he's a Grant Morrison villain. Yes, which makes it the second villain. And he's not the only one that pops up in here. Nope. It almost seems like this particular story was a minor love letter to basically Grant Morrison, because Pink Flamingo's not the only one that pops up in here. Because also we have guest appearance by Professor Pig. He pops up in here as well, just cuz. We also have a guest appearance by, get this, the Silencer. Yes, the character from the Dan Abnett series, and a character who Dan Abnett and John Romita Jr. created. Yeah, I haven't reviewed the Silencer, but I know who this character is. I read the book, it's really good. And look, here's Professor Pig. Just cuz. Yep, throw him in here. Not Toad. God forbid we do that. Yep. But yeah, that was a two-parter, Harm's Way. It was it's basically a racing storyline. They just happen to have guest appearance with the Silencer. Yeah. But you know what the weird thing is? With the very next issue, Ben Percy leaves the book. 50 was his last issue. Because the book was taken over by Dan Jurgens. And he's been the writer since then. And he has put out some of the not really good stuff. Oh my gosh. I think first was Lobdell. It was first Lobdell, and then Dan Jurgens took over the book. Yep. Because apparently Nightwing can't keep a consistent writer on the damn book. I mean, this is a problem I had up until recently when the book got a lot better. Where the book kept changing writers for no reason at all. So over the course of from 36 to 49, we had a total number of 5 writers. 5 in 14 issues. That's too much. Maybe like 1 or 2. Oh no, this was 5. Because, of course, 42 and 43 were not written by Sam Humphries. Nope, he had nothing to do with issues. He just abruptly left. Now, I thought Ben Percy might do something interesting in the book. But no, we had to have it in the pages of Batman, where he gets shot in the head and have to suffer amnesia, and call himself Rick Grayson. which I think I agree with a lot of people on this. This was an absolute terrible idea because that's what happens next. The start of the Rick Grayson stuff. A point in the book that really a lot of people probably didn't like the book, and in also my opinion, probably drove readers away and not only became one of the most lowest selling books, but I think the reason we need someone cancel it because they think they have all faith in this book that it would sell, despite the fact the book has probably received a lot of flack for the Rick Grayson stuff. Because apparently we can't call him Dick for some reason. We have to call him Rick. Ugh. Whatever. I'll discuss that later on when I get to the Rick Grayson stuff. But yeah, this trade here, Bleeding Edge, that's the last time I see him as Nightwing. Because from 50 to 74, he's not Nightwing. Nope. It takes Joker War to fix it. Because even Tindy had probably agreed this was a stupid idea. No wonder why he fixed it for Joker War and having the Joker be the one to restore his memories. Which, that was a pretty good idea. The only good idea I think that happened to the Rick Grayson stuff was him becoming a Talon. That was the most interesting thing they did with the character during this period of time, was the Talon stuff. I thought that was really original. I love that stuff. But everything else, crap. But don't worry, we'll be discussing it when I get a chance to get to check the books out on the Hepala app. Oh, what did I get Bleeding Edge? I get this one also a 9 out of 10. Interesting stuff. I love the artwork in here. But, like I said, the only thing I like about it, changing writers. But this is kind of a weak start to person, but, well, had to leave. Because we gotta have Rick Grayson. For some reason. I don't know why, but that's the way it is. Okay, so that's it for Singular Review. I have roughly 2 more videos coming today. Next one being Barto. Excuse me. Blue XSL come up soon. Okay, to the next video. Bye.